A little bit about myself. So I'm from Hong Kong, and I have used WordPress for the last 8 years to create websites. And I have been using it since 2016, and I'm an organizer of WordCamp Hong Kong and Hong Kong WordPress Meetup. My first WordCamp was actually in Malaysia, which is WordCamp Kuala Lumpur 2017, and this is my 5th time in Malaysia for the WordCamp. Thank you. So why do I want to do this topic? So your organizers were asking for some topic that is beginner friendly. So what I did was that I think about what I did when I was a WordPress beginner, and then I think about what did I do back then that is beneficial to share with the community here. So I think if a plugin that I've been using at that time and I'm still using it, maybe it's something that is worthwhile to share with the people here. And so I told AI what I wanted to do, and it suggested a very, very long title for this topic. So, so the plugins that I'm going to talk about are Pods, Microthema, and QTranslate XT. Now, something about the installation first, and why do I have to talk about installation? Because one of them is not on WordPress.org repository. So you have to go to the GitHub with the link over there, or you just Google it later. So when you go to this page, you click code, and then you click download zip, and you'll get the installation file. And then, well, last night, is Derek here? Derek is not here, which is good. Derek is somebody working in Automatic, and he bought me a beer and then asked me to delete this slide. I said, okay, and then when I went back to my hotel, I thought, okay, I was not drunk again, and it came to my senses that I should not delete the only joke in this presentation, so I'm keeping it. I hope it is a joke to you. So after downloading the plugin from GitHub, you go to the backend, right? And the first thing you should do is to uninstall Hello Dolly, right? Okay, so it's not a joke to you. Fine. I'll continue. And then, because it's something that is outside WordPress.org, it's a little bit different, especially for beginners who have not done this before. So you click Add New Plugin, and then instead of doing the search, you click Upload Plugin, and then you click Choose File, choose the file, and install it. So the rest should be pretty obvious to you. No need to explain here. But one thing is that you need to install Classic Editor because some of the plugins don't work with the block editor very well. QTranslate XT doesn't work well with it, so you need to install this. And then there is a language switcher from QTranslate XT, which also doesn't work with full-site editing themes. And so you have to choose a classic theme. Basically anything that is not the default theme of WordPress now. Oh, now let me talk about Pods. And what is Pods? Right? Pods is a content development framework for WordPress. I think you just remember the word custom post type, or CPT. Pods lets you extend existing post types and creates custom content types, including both CPT and custom taxonomies. A post type that is managed by Pods is called a pod. And the highlight for this plugin is the Pods templates with magic tags, which are used to display the posts of different post type contents that are managed by Pods. Okay, and so why do we want to extend the post type, especially the existing post type? Sometimes you will want to add a field to a post or page, or in that case, one classic case, you want to add brands to the products, right? So you can use Pods to do it. And the other one is to create a customized archive of the existing post types. So let's do an example, just an example to demonstrate how this is done. So suppose we want to allow posts to embed a YouTube video, no matter what it is, just by inputting the YouTube ID into the post in the backend. And we display the post using post template because we have to change the layout. All right. So we want to embed the YouTube video before the text of the post content. And we also want to hide the feature image because a lot of times the feature image would be the same as the YouTube video that you want to embed. So let's create a post for Baby Shark as a sample. So the first thing to do is to extend the post type, and you, is there, okay, here, yeah. Click pause admin and then add new. And then here you click add custom field to post, and then you add some fields to the pod. Here you just give a label to that field. I just put it YouTube ID, and field name is automatically generated. And then field also change the field type if necessary, and then click save new field. And then save pod. And then we create the post for this. So we just put the text, the title here, the text here, the featured image here, and then make sure that you input the content into the new field. All right, this is the field that is handled by pods. And the YouTube ID is on the URL, which is anything that is after the character equal, unless you have some more parameters behind, but this is the YouTube ID here. Make sure that it is inputted. And then you need to get the embed codes of YouTube videos. So you go to YouTube, you go to the video, and then you click share and then get the embed video codes here. Copy the codes, and then in post admin, you click pod templates, add a new template, and then just give it a name, and here's the field template which I pasted the codes from YouTube to here. And what you see here is the ID of the YouTube video, and we don't want to hard code it. So what we do is that we change this code to a magic tag. Magic tag basically is add the field name and close with the curly braces here. And because you may or may not have a YouTube associated with the post, so you put a condition here. So this is another feature of pod template, which is you put here if YouTube ID, which means these codes are only included if you have a value in the YouTube ID field. So if you don't have a YouTube ID, then this will not come up. And also here I put the CSS code to hide the thumbnail. So you can put HTML, CSS, and also JavaScript if you want to into the template. And then you need to associate this template with posts, the pod post. So again, you go to edit pods and click on the pod post and select auto template option and check this box, enable automatic pod templates for this pod. And here, make sure that you choose post as the singular template, and then you choose before here. And when you load the page, what you will see here is that it's using your template to display the content. Originally, there's a feature image here. It's now removed because of the CSS that I put there. And then a YouTube video is put here with all the embedding codes with it. So the second thing to customize the post archive, the features are not important, but let me just tell you that I want to show the thumbnail like this, and then show the title like this, and then if either the thumbnail is clicked or the title is clicked, then we go to that post, right? Pretty standard. But we want it to also look like this, 2 posts in a row. So the layout will be handled by microfiber, but let's talk about how to do the customized post archive. I'll do it very quickly. So the first thing, just create a template like we've done before, and then create an archive page, and this time you click pause shortcode. Actually, if you are using block editor, there is a corresponding function in block editor, so bear with me with the classic editor. So after you click that, you select list multiple pause item, which is to basically create an archive. And make sure you choose the right part, which is post, and then the template that's created, which is called post listing. And then click insert. You will then have a pod shortcode, and this is how the post listing or the archive is based on. And if you load the page, it will look something like this, right? A little bit different from what I have shown because I have not started yet, and this will be done a little bit later. So before we do that, talk about a little bit about custom post type. As I said, you can call it CPT. CPT is a post type defined by yourself to suit the specific content needs. Examples are like, basically it's anything that is not the default, like page, post, attachment, things like that. So products of WooCommerce is one of the CPTs that you may know the most. Maybe you have a gallery website, the artwork and artists are all custom post types, and customers or suppliers on the company branding websites also falls into this kind of post type. So this is a sample of an artwork, and I do it by creating a custom post type called artwork. So what you can see here is that there are custom fields that are not part of the post or page post type. So that's why I had to use pods to help me create this kind of thing. And let's say we want to create something like this, right? This is very common for companies to show who their customers are or who their suppliers are, right? So these are the partners of my client, and I want them to be able to update this page by themselves by just creating a new partner in the backend. So what do we have to do to achieve this? So we go to post admin again and then add a new pod. This time we choose this, create a new content type, and make sure that we select custom post type and give it a singular label and a plural label. And this is something new which you have to check this box. If you don't check it, it will not be displayed on a template. And then you add the fields, and you create a template, and you input the content in multiple posts. Like each post will be one partner for them. And also you have to create the listing page with the post shortcode, again using the post shortcode button here. And it can be done very, very quick. And my client will be able to add anything in the backend very easily. So some pros and cons, right? Post is free. The post template with magic text are great, and it's compatible with the other CPT plugins. Some cons, well, actually there's one or two. The recent changes make things more complicated. Now you cannot put any PHP codes on your template. You can still put HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. But PHP is not directly allowed, and you need to use some more advanced function of the magic text to do. And there are more options to handle for the sake of security. All right, now we move on to microthema. And what is it? It's a plugin to style web page elements visually. And it supports over 150 CSS properties, including Google fonts, gradients, shadows, etc. And it supports responsive design, which is great. And it also supports a CSS variable if you are a more advanced programmer. Okay, and why do we need this kind of plugin? The first is that you want to maintain the consistency of the looks of certain objects, like text box, text input box, right? You may be using a bunch of plugins that use text input boxes, and each plugin style the input boxes differently, or maybe you want to use microthema to standardize the look. And the second thing is that you want to fix the CSS flaws and themes and plugins. There are a lot of these flaws in the default themes. So it helped me to make all those fixes. And then you might write some HTML elements yourself, and microthema can also help you to style those elements. This is the screen of microthema, and what you can see here is the unformatted archive of posts based on the template that I have just created. And let's try to make it look better. All right, we want to, okay. We want to start this, so make sure that there are 2 posts on each row. So what I do is that I click on the post, right? And I may not be clicking on the right thing. So what I need to do next is make sure that I am actually selecting the right element. And here are the selectors that refer to the elements that I have selected. And so what I wanted to start is the post wrapper. So I click on this, and then here I want to make the width to be 48%. And nothing is happening because I also need to change this from inline to inline block. You see here it looks much better now. And I want to put some spacing, some margin on the right, so I put 4% between. So because now the total is 104%, that's why it goes, this second one goes back to the second row. And so what I can do is that here, sorry. I cannot actually see the screen clearly because this thing is blocking me. Anyway, let me. What I can do here is that I duplicate this one and then edit this. Let's say every second one, and of type even. And it actually allows you to edit the codes directly. So I know that the width is not something that I need to change. And the inline block thing, still like this. And I want this to be 0%. And so now it goes back. And this one, not looking good. So I changed the vertical align to top. So it's now aligned, and want to change this to make the font a little bit bigger. So I just click on the title. Thank you. It's much better now. So it says that the current font is 40 pixels, and I wanted to change it to 20 pixels. It immediately becomes bigger, and then I want to change the font weight of all the titles to bold. You see, you see the changes immediately. And actually, I'm doing this wrong because I am only pointing to this specific post title, and I actually want this to apply to all titles, so I can adjust this. So you can also see here that all the titles are become bigger. And I have talked about responsive design, right? So if you're using a phone to look at this, and if all you still have 2 posts on each row, that is going to look very, very congested. So like I can change it to a phone width, and then I select this, and then I change the width to 100%. Okay, and I can also drag here to do the demonstration, right? So on a PC, 2 rows and 2 posts in a row, and then if you make it narrower, then it becomes only 1. Okay. Hello. Okay. Like I said, whatever can go wrong has gone wrong. All right. The last thing that is make sure that you click the publish button because, well, again, this is a new feature. If you don't publish, then the people in the front end will not be able to see the changes. All right, so the difference between the paid version and the free version. For the free version, you can only style 15 groups, while in the paid version, you can style unlimited selectors. And for functionality, some of the functions are disabled on the free version, such as the CSS grid, flexbox, stock SVG mass image, this list, right? In the pro version, there is no such limitation. For pricing, well, in 2016, I paid $99 for unlimited sites, and it's now gone up quite a bit. But last month, I saw that they have some holiday pricing, and it went down from $499 to $179. So you may see, well, if you find this useful, maybe you can try to buy this during the Black Friday. Black Monday. Okay, pros and cons. Great UI, you can style the pages visually, and then there's an instant response, and there are many functions. The cons is that it's not 100% free, and although there are tricks that you can overcome it, but there's no time to talk about it today. Okay, the last one will be Q-Translate XT. Originally, I wanted to talk about how to set up the Malay language, but unfortunately there is not enough time. So maybe we can talk about this while you see me in the corridor. So what is it? Q-Translate XT is a multilingual plugin that lets you do multilingual WordPress websites. So the highlight is that it's free, and it has the very flexible multilingual information representation. Okay, let's say we use the editor mode, this one, language switching button mode, LSB. Okay, and then you will see a language bar here, which looks like that cannot do anything. Well, it's because we are now in the block editor, and it's supposed to be not able to do anything. So if you change to classic editor, you can actually see that there are some language buttons here. So now you see the English content, and if you click Chinese, you see the Chinese content, and if you click Malay, you see the Malay content. You can add the language menu item onto your menu. Like I said, you will need a classic theme to do it. Otherwise, you will not be able to see this page at all. So one thing that you want to do is that you add title equals language and flags equals none, is because usually it is not a good idea to use national flags to represent languages. Make sure you do that. And then this will be the language menu that you will see. This is the word language in your selected language. And these are all the languages that can be selected from that page. All right, let's change it to another mode. Well, there are actually two modes that I want to talk about. The last one with the language switching buttons, you click the button to select the language, but this one is different. Now, but actually this is the mode that I use 100% of the time. It is called the editor raw mode. You change it, and if you go back to your page, you can see that the language buttons are gone, and the contents become something like this. It's all the contents in the different languages stuck within some tags. So how does it look like? For each multilingual information, you start with a language tag, and the language tag looks like this, opening square bracket, and then colon, and then the language code, and then the close bracket, square close bracket. And then it's followed by the content of that language. And then each of this is one set, right? So if you have 3 languages, you add the other one, and then you add the other one, okay? And in the end, you add a closing tag to it, which looks like this. Actually, this is how the information is stored in the database, and that's why it is compatible with most themes and plugins and everything. So here, I made the site become multilingual, and you can see here what I do in the site title is that I do it like this. For the tagline, I do it like this, right? And then for a very complicated page, you can actually put multiple language information onto the same page. Like here, Chinese and English, right? They are actually all coming out from here. And each box is actually surrounding a set of multilingual information. So because of this, you can maintain the consistency of the contents of the different languages much more easier than the other plugins. Like maybe some plugin you have to go to a separate page and then translate a certain paragraph or word, things like that. It's very complicated. For this one, it's very quick and easy. So the pros and cons here, pros that it's free, it supports unlimited languages. You can actually make up your own language. Maybe you want to speak Klingon, and you can add this to your website. And it works with all properly written plugins, plugins that actually do a translation before showing the content onto the page. And then it allows you to edit the contents of all the languages at once. Well, a little bit about the cons. Well, the list is long, but actually I think all of them are quite minor. First thing is that it's not on WordPress.org, so installation and updating becomes manual. And then there is limited support with Gutenberg, but it's not a problem of QTranslate XD alone. If you have used Translate Press, you also see the same problem. Switching to another multilingual plugin and uninstalling can be complicated because you have all the languages put together. And so if you want to do use another multilingual plugin, it can be a little bit of pain. And then, well, just a flip of this, if the plugin or theme is not written properly, you will see the text and all the language contents at the same time. And then there is no auto-translation, no AI. Okay, and last thing, I think it is maybe a little bit bigger because I think it's unsure if it survived the WordPress update. The reason is that for the last 2 minor updates, there was a gap of 624 days in between. The author says that he has other life priorities, but he is not giving up on the plugin. So I think maybe we can use it until Gutenberg Phase 4 is out for multilingual website. All right, final words. The plugins have many, many functions. There's not enough time to talk about all of them. There's a limited time. I hope that you will find this plugin useful, and hopefully you will find it useful in the future websites or the websites that you have already built. So this is my contact information. I'm LinkedIn Fictive, and this is Pokemon Go. Please add me. And if there is any time left, then I'm open to questions. Thank you.